What's going on, guys?
How you doing, Davis?
Doing well.
What's your view of the quarterback competition? Shane's been very complimentary of you along with Robbie and Lenor. Just how's it going between the three of you out there?
Yeah, I think it's a great battle. I include Dante in that too, Jimmy as well. Got a bunch of guys who played a lot of football, who understand the game. It's a great competition, and when you're working with guys like that, it really brings out the best in everybody. And you know you got to be on your best every day, so you don't fall behind.
I think when you have guys that you guys are, you're big, you're mobile, you can extend a play, just a lot of people maybe lump y'all into the same group. What would you say maybe stand out as differences in y'all's style of play back there in the pocket?
Yeah, I think those guys a little more talented than me running. And it's not to say I can't do it, but those are two guys that are incredibly gifted with their legs. We can all make plays happen, extend. I think outside of the pocket, everyone's been really good, spinning the ball, being accurate outside of the pocket. So being able to extend a play is obviously huge, especially in this conference.
You've got 5 years of college football on Lenor Sellers. What do you kind of feel like your role is with helping him maybe learn how to be a starting quarterback at this level, or anything to do with leadership?
Yeah, so I've known Lenor a long time. We grew up going to the same quarterback trainer. So just kind of being building that friendship, always being the guy who's there for him, kind of being a leader, like you said, using that experience that I have, helping him out in any way I can, and just kind of letting him know things I see that maybe he doesn't understand, just being a younger guy.
From your viewpoint in scrimmages and practice, how's the connection been with the offensive line, and how good do you feel about the protection they're giving you up front?
I feel really solid. That's a group of guys that's I'd say they're working harder than anybody on the team. If you've heard, they stayed through the month of May. They took that time when we had off and really grinded their butts off, and I got to hand it to them. Those guys are playing their tails off, and I'm excited to see what happens this year.
Hey, Davis, you kind of came along at Greenville High when that program kind of took off and became like an offensive machine up there. Just can you reflect on what went on, your coaching, and what took off with that program? And secondly, your dad was a long snapper at Clemson. What was the conversation like when you said, "Dad, guess where I'm going"?
Yeah, so starting with Greenville High, like you said, we kind of exploded into an offensive squad. It was a lot of fun. I think kind of the thing that we all just kind of bought in, understood with the conference realignment that helped us too, getting into 4A. We had a lot of guys that bought in, a lot of guys who were really close and connected. We were doing team dinners at everyone's houses, rotating through, going to different places, understanding like kind of how different people grew up. So I think that closeness and connectedness really helped us there. And then going into my dad, I think he'll definitely wear the colors. I'm not sure about the logo. His dad played at Florida State, so with that rivalry at Clemson too, so he understands it. He'll always be my biggest fan. So I think he'll rock the colors for sure. We'll see what happens at week 12. I'll make sure he's wearing garnet and black though.
You and Maiso are both from Greenville High, and I know you guys went to school there at separate times, but does that ever come up in conversation with you two? Like, hey, like we're both from Greenville or whatever, and what's it kind of been like working with him and seeing him work?
Yeah, that's a guy, I wish I played with him at the same time. He's an incredibly talented kid. I'm excited to see how this year goes for him, but yeah, we definitely talk about our Greenville High days, kind of compare experiences. We had different head coaches, so kind of just hearing what they went through in his time there. We definitely wish we played together though.
Kind of sticking with that wide receiver room, what have you seen from those guys in preseason camp and in these scrimmages that have stood out to you?
I think we got a lot of guys that I feel like that's a real deep room. We got a lot of guys that are playing their butts off, working and understanding how limited spots are when it comes to travel when you're going on the road in the SEC. So these are all guys that are competing. A lot of guys that are standing out, and excited to see how the year goes for them.
Can you take us through the process of coming to South Carolina? I'm sure you could have gone other places, but came here as a walk-on. What was that process like?
Yeah, I think that was kind of a thing. Just always trusting in myself and understand what I can do. Kind of betting on myself. This is home for me. It's as close as I can get to being back in Greenville. So that was kind of the biggest thing in the process. I could have gone back to Oklahoma, had another year there, but I wanted to come home, be in front of my family, my friends. I understand that, and like it walked on, but I mean, I trusted myself and ended up in the spot that I am now, and recently have gotten the chance to be put on scholarship. So that's a big blessing from Coach Bieber, and really thank him for that.
You mentioned just how far back you and the Norris go, both being Palmetto guys, going to the same trainers, stuff like that. Is there a moment you can think back on when you were like, this guy is going to be a special talent?
Yeah, I think every time we would work together, a lot of the times we'd have to meet here in Columbia, whether it was at Ridgeview High or down the road at Brook and Casey. Just seeing that kid always work, you'd think he was a lot older than he was. He's always been that big kid. So seeing him as a young guy and just where he is now, just the growth that he's had, he's always been able to spin it. So I'm just excited for this year for him. Thank you, guys.